Thou art not Penshurst, built to envious show of touch or marble, nor canst thou a row, nor polish pillars, or a roof of gold. Thou hast no lantern whereof tales are told, or stair, or courts, but stand'st an ancient pile, and these grudged at art, reverenced the while. Thou joy'st in better marks of soil, of air, of wood, of water, therein art fair. Thou hast thy walks for health as well as sport, thy mount to which the Dryads do resort, where Pan and Bacchus their high feasts have made, beneath the broad beech and the chestnut shade. That taller tree which of a nut was set at his great birth, where all the Muses met, there in the writhed bark are cut the names of many a sylvan taken with his flames, and thence the ruddy satyrs oft provoke the lighter fawns to reach the lady's oak. Thy copse too, named of gamage, thou hast there, that never fails to serve thee season dear, when thou wouldst feast or exercise thy friends the lower land, that to the river bends thy sheep, thy bullocks, kine, and calves to feed. The middle grounds thy mares and horses breed, each bank doth yield thee carnies, and the tops, fertile of wood, ashore and Sydney copse. To crown thy open table doth provide the purple pheasant with the speckled side. A painted partridge lies in every field, and for thy mess is willing to be killed. And if the high swollen Medway fail in dish, thou hast thy ponds that pay thee tribute, fish, fat aged carps that run into thy net, and pikes now weary their own to eat, as loath the second draught, or cast to stay, officiously at first themselves betray. Bright eels that emulate them and leap on land before the fisher or into his hand. Then hath thy orchard fruit, thy garden flowers, fresh as the air and new as are the hours. The early cherry with the later plum, fig, grape, and quince, each in his time doth come. The blushing apricot and woolly peach hang on thy walls, that every child may reach. And though thy walls be of the country stone, they are reared with no man's ruin, no man's groan. There's none that dwell about them wish them down, but all come in, the farmer and the clown, and no one empty-handed to salute thy lord and lady, though they have no suit. Some bring a capon, some a rural cake, some nuts, some apples, some that think they make the better cheeses bring them, or else send by their ripe daughters, whom they would commend this way to husbands, and whose baskets bear an emblem of themselves in plum or pear. But what can this more than express their love, add to thy free provisions far above the need of such, whose liberal board doth flow with all that hospitality doth know, where comes no guest but is allowed to eat without his fear, and of thy lord's own meat, where the same beer and bread and self-same wine that is his lordship shall be also mine. And I not fain to sit, as some this day, at great men's tables, and yet dine away. Here no man tells my cups, nor standing by a waiter doth my gluttony envy, but gives me what I call, and lets me eat. He knows below he shall find plenty of meat. Thy tables hoard not up for the next day, nor when I take my lodging need I pray for light or livery, all is there, as if thou wert mine, or I reigned here. There's nothing I can wish for which I stay, that found King James when hunting late this way. With his brave son, the prince, they saw thy fires shine bright on every hearth, as the desires of thy penance had been set on flame. To entertain them o'er the country came, with all their zeal to warm their welcome here. What great, I will not say, but sudden cheer Didst thou then make 'em, and what praise has heaped on thy good lady then, who therein reaped the just rewards of her high housewifery, to have her linen plate and all things nigh, when she was far and not a room but dressed as if it had expected such a guest? These Penshurst are thy praise, and yet not all. Thy lady's noble fruitful chase withal. His children thy great lord may call his own, a fortune in this age but rarely known. They are, and have been, taught religion thence. Their gentle spirits have sucked innocence. Each morn and even they are taught to pray, that the whole household and may every day read in their virtuous parents' noble parts the mysteries of manners, arms, and arts. Now, Penshurst, they that will proportion thee with other edifices, when they see those proud ambitious heaps and nothing else, may say their lords have built, but thy lord dwells